In her dream, she was dancing in a ballroom that was also the deck of a fine ship, a vessel tricked out with gilt carvings and gaudy with splendid banners. There were also mirrors reflecting candlelight from vast chandeliers and a lush carpet under her silk slippers. A small orchestra played as she trod in elaborate measure, not a waltz, but one of the more courtly and formal dances of earlier times. A saraband, perhaps, or a galliard. She wished she could see the other diners' faces, but this was a masked ball. All that was visible were grotesque papier-mâché parodies of faces, some human, some animal, some creatures of myth or imagination. There was a cat, a wolf, a dragon, and a monkey. The monkey dancer was a tall man dressed in an elegant velvet coat of dark red. He carried a sword at one hip and kept reappearing in front of Sarah, taking her hand, circling, bowing, performing the dance that was also, somehow, a ritual. A ritual designed to conjure up something she did not want to see. As the dance progressed, Sarah found herself increasingly disturbed by the simian mask. The monkey's mouth was open, sharp teeth exposed, as if the creature had been frozen in a scream of fury. The dance moved into a new phase, one in which each lady paired off with a gentleman by turns. The monkey-masked dancer was, of course, her partner in this figure, and suddenly they were heading towards a tall mirror. In it she saw herself reflected. She saw a magnificent dress, fine jewels at her throat, splendid hair piled high in an elaborate coiffure, and a domino mask that just covered the upper part of her face. They were in front of the mirror, and all around the ballroom, that was also a ship's deck, the dancers were unmasking. From behind a cat, a woman's face emerged, ancient and wrinkled, gap-toothed, the eyes small and pale with cataracts. A wolf mask fell to reveal a foul visage raddled with boils and weeping sores, and so it continued, as one face after another was revealed to be hideous, diseased, disfigured. Then came the turn of her partner. She raised a hand in protest, but he'd already doffed the monkey mask. Behind it was the face of a swarthy, dark-haired man with piercing black eyes, a Roman nose, thin lips turned up in a hint of a smile. He wasn't exactly handsome, but the contrast with the other faces was striking. He exuded power and confidence. This was a man used to having his own way. "Now you," he urged. She reached up, took off her domino, and saw her face, only looking far more youthful, glowing with life. But as she watched, taut young flesh darkened, rotted, and fell away, revealing the skull beneath the skin. She screamed, or tried to, but now she had no tongue, and her nose became a gaping hole. Somehow she could still see the death's head in the mirror, despite the fact that it had no eyes. The ship keeled over, dancers skidding wildly down the sloping deck. Sarah's partner clutched at her, but she was already out of reach, falling over the rail of the ship and into the roiling sea. Sarah's heavy, elaborate dress billowed up around her as she sank into the dark waters. She thrashed desperately, trying to propel herself back to the surface, but she'd lost her ability to swim and was weighed down by her costume. She sank further, the last vestiges of light dying around her. She was utterly alone in the black universe, and knew that she was dead. Yet in the darkness, the voice of the dark-haired man echoed again, "Catherine." And she knew that was her name.